Well, hi guys. Here's my last video for your brick sweater. And I know I promised this a couple weeks ago. You know, life is what it is. But I did want to get this to you. So here is my gap where I joined my sweater together. Now, if you haven't finished for the sleeves, if you haven't finished picking up for your sleeves, I sent a video in the email that has a really great tutorial on how to pick up your stitches for your sleeves without having this gap. So that's worth giving it a try if you're interested. However, if you've already picked up your stitches the way that I taught you, there will be a gap. And so what I'm going to be doing is, and you can use the yarn, so there's all my ends in here. You can use your ends to actually close up this gap if you want to, but I'm going to use a contrasting yarn just so you guys can see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I want to do a duplicate stitch. I also sent a great link for a video to watch how to do a duplicate stitch, because it'll just make things easier if you understand what's going on. But I think I can show it pretty clearly here too. So the stitch I'm going to be covering over is this stitch right here. So it goes over to here, then under the legs of this stitch, and then over the other side. So I'm going to put my yarn up at the bottom of that stitch, come out through the bottom. Whee! And get the end. Where's the end? There's the end. So here I've got my yarn coming up through the bottom of that stitch. I'm going to go over top of the stitch and then into the two legs of the stitch above. You see how it's kind of mirroring that stitch? And then I'm going to pull that through. If you listen very carefully, you can hear my dog snorkeling in the background. She's snoring away because we spent the morning in the forest. So here you go, you've got that stitch. Now this is going to be more invisible because you'll be using the same colored yarn as you are for your sweater. So it won't be as visible as this one, but there you go. This is the technique. So you've gone through the two legs, then you're going to go back down through exactly the same hole you came up through. So that hole right there. Whee! And now, when I pull that closed, it should close the gap on my sweater. The hole in that sweater. So you can do that again with this one here. You just have to kind of do it upside down. That one's kind of hard because I think I knit two together. But I could do a duplicate stitch, turning my sweater around and doing a duplicate stitch of this stitch right here if I wanted to close that hole up a little bit more, and I might do that too. So I would just turn it around and bring the yarn up through this hole here and up and over and pull it tight. But you see how that closes up now, that big gap that was in there. I don't have it on the other side, otherwise I'd repeat it again. But hopefully you can just play this video again and again until you get it. It's very simple. Yeah, again, like use the end of the tail of your yarn. You're going to be wanting to sew it in anyway, so you're going to want to weave in the end anyway. So this way is a great way to use it up and close up that gap. I hope that was helpful. It was really wonderful having you guys in the class, and hopefully we'll be able to do more, and let's hope in the very near future we're in person. All right, have a Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays to everyone.